Hi friends, it's Miss Cathy here, and believe it or not, I'm going to be cooking today. Big shout out to our sponsors at Fudge Cash Saver Foods, where you can find all these wonderful ingredients. Today we're going to be making fudge in the microwave. It's getting close to Christmas and you might need some of those candy recipes on hand. This is a quick and easy one. It has to be easy or I could not make it. So our ingredients today are margarine. Do not use butter in this recipe. It doesn't work. You have to use margarine. Evaporated milk. Chocolate chips. I use a combination of milk chocolate and semi-sweet, but you can do however your family prefers the taste. Pecans. Vanilla. Marshmallow cream. And sugar. We're going to start with our margarine. I have 2 sticks in a very glass heavy bowl. Make sure you don't try to cook this in plastic. This is going to get very hot. So make sure that you put it in a glass heavy tested bowl that's ready to go in the microwave. I'm going to pop that in the microwave and melt our butter. To do that, I'm just going to give it a minute. That should be enough time. It's starting to melt pretty good, but I'm going to take my heat-resistant spatula and give it a stir. And as you can see, that's melting the rest of it. Okay. Now, to my melted butter, I'm going to add 5 ounces of evaporated milk. And just pour that in. And then I'm going to add 3 cups of sugar. One, 2, and 3. Now, I'm going to mix all of that together just so the sugar gets liquids all over it, where you don't have a big blob of dry sugar. Just mix that around so all the parts are wet. There we go. Now, we're going to pop that back in the microwave for 3 minutes. This recipe has a pattern. 3 minutes, stir, 3 minutes, stir, 3 minutes, stir. And you're going to do that 4 times. I'm not sure how many times I said it, but you have to do it 4 times. So it's a total cooking time of 12 minutes that you're going to use. That will make sure that your sugar loses its granules and fully melts into the butter and milk mixture. When you take this out, make sure to use your pot holder because it is going to be hot. And it will just continue to get hotter and hotter as we keep cooking it. So here's our first 3 minutes. Scrape the bottom of the bowl because the sugar will settle, and scrape down the sides as well to get any that's cooked up to the sides of the bowl. So just scrape it all down, give it a good stir. You'll notice your butter separates a little bit. What you're doing is just mixing everything back together during your stir cycles. That's good. Let's put it back in for 3 more minutes. That's our second round, so let's take it out and see how it's doing. Oh yeah, it's getting hot now. Okay. Again, scrape the bottom of the bowl, scrape down the sides of the bowl. After you've made this once or twice, you can get the feel of it with just your spatula. But we will check it when we're finished cooking just to make sure all the grain of the sugar is gone. You don't want grainy fudge. That's just not a good thing. Again, stir it till your margarine rather, goes right back into the mixture right there. That's the spot. Notice it's getting hot enough that it's starting to sheet off of my spatula. That's when you know that you're getting you're getting there with it. Again, this is very hot, so be very careful in fooling with it, and you do not want to spill it on you. 3 more minutes. 1 more cycle to go. All right, let's take it out. And it's starting to boil now. So again, very hot, very hot, very hot. And of course it's sugar, so if you get it on your skin, it will stick and burn. So be very careful in handling this. My spatula, by the way, is heat resistant. Do not stick a regular rubber spatula in here. Make sure it's a heat resistant one. Or of course you can stir it with a metal utensil if that would work out better for you. Okay. Again, I'm kind of going to gauge the temperature by holding up my spatula and letting it drip. Yeah, we're probably about 180 degrees right now. We need to go a little hotter. So back in we go. 3 more minutes. All right, that was our last 3 minutes. So again, this mixture is boiling hot, so be very careful when you remove it. Well, don't be like me, just burn yourself right there. Okay, I'm going to give it a little stir. You've noticed it released all of that hot heat pocket right there, and I can tell my grain is all gone. So now I got to work quickly. This is marshmallow cream. I'm going to put in a whole jar. And this is sticky and messy and wonderful. This is the good stuff. Just kind of use the edge of your jar to scrape it off your spoon there. And get it all down into that hot, hot butter and sugar mixture. Okay, get that down in there. There we go. Now, in addition to that, we're going to put in 2 cups of chocolate chips. I use 1 cup of semi-sweet, and 1 cup of milk chocolate. That way it's not too sweet, but it's not too bitter either. Now again, you'll find the mixture that works best for you and your family. Okay, now we're going to take that and we're just going to start stirring. And this is the long, long process. All right, as you continue stirring it, as it cools, it will start stiffening. So it's important to work it quickly, getting all your ingredients that need to melt in there while the mixture is still hot. And it gets, you can see how it's starting to stiffen up, and that's what you're wanting to see. You're trying to get rid of all your lumps. That's your chocolate chips and all your big piles of marshmallow cream. Now, while we're still stirring and stirring, we're going to add, I should measure this, a teaspoon of vanilla. If I'm at home, I just pour it, but since we're here, I'll measure. A teaspoon of vanilla. Again, just add that in. Get it stirred down in there. Oh, that smells good. That smells so good. The vanilla just really gives it a good Christmas smell. For our final ingredient, I am going to add pecans. A lot of people add walnuts. Some people might not want nuts at all. If you've got a nut allergy in your home, definitely do not do that. These are pecan halves, and I don't break them up either. Some people like to break them up and use smaller pieces. Personal taste. Whatever you like is what you should do. I'm going to put about a cup in there. I like nuts, so I'll kind of round it up a little bit. And I'm going to just drop my nuts in the mix. Again, you can tell how stiff it's getting. I'm just going to incorporate that in. Make sure those are good and mixed in and covered. Okay. Now we're ready to put it in the pan. We'll you'll need to do with your pan is spray it with some cooking spray, because this is a sugar-based dish. It will stick. This is tricky, so I'll probably spill some of this, and don't you at home laugh at me if I do, okay? Because I've already declared I'm not a competent cook. So, here we go. My bowl has cooled, so I think I'll be able to hold it. There we go. And I'm going to pour this into my oiled pan. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to scrape out. Don't want to leave much of it behind because this is good stuff. You make sure you get it all in this pan. Now this will need to set. It'll need to set for probably about an hour to get good and firm. And that's what you want. You don't want runny fudge. So we'll let it set. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed making microwave fudge with us today. It's a quick and easy recipe for you to turn out this holiday season where people will think you've been in the kitchen for hours and really all you did was push a lot of buttons. Thanks so much for watching, and thank you to Floyd's Cash Saver, our sponsor.